and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing my September TBR. I only have 5 books on my TBR, and if you see me looking down, it's because I have a list on my iPad here. So I'm just gonna hop right into it and let's get started. Alright, so the first book I'm going to start with is the only physical book on my TBR this month, and this is The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. And I did start this book in the beginning of August. However, I have obviously nowhere near even thought about finishing it. So I do want to finish this month because I think it's a really good little cozy mystery type of story, and I kind of want to get this moving through my collection. The next book is The Book Lover's Life. This is by Madeline Martin, and I am going to be reading this via Kindle Unlimited. Being is my libraries do not have a copy of this, and I am testing a 3-month trial of Kindle Unlimited to see if I like it. So that is what we're doing. This book is set in Nottingham, England, and it's about a widow and her daughter. During World War II, the daughter has to be evacuated. The mother then is forced to kind of rely on the unusual found friendships, found family type of situation that she has, and on the power of literature, kind of confront her past and kind of cope with her daughter being gone. The next book is Becoming by Michelle Obama. This is a Libby audiobook. I do have access to this through my library. I have started this one. I'm about 35% of the way through as of recording this video, but I do want to finish it in September. This is Michelle Obama's memoir, starting back from her childhood on Chicago's South Side, all the way up through her time at the White House. Alrighty, the next one is A Psalm for the Wild Built. This is a dystopia sci-fi post-apocalyptic story about a robot and a tea monk and their chance meeting and like what becomes of that. And then the next one we have is Lazy Genius Way by Kendra Adachi. And this is basically an introduction to the 13 principles that Kendra Adachi has, and it says it, quote, enables us to do what matters, skip the rest, and be a person again. I will either get this through the library, they do have a physical copy at my local library, or I will buy the audio book on Libro FM, or I might do both. Not terribly sure yet. It's going to depend on kind of what September looks like for me. And the final book on this list is The Last Quintia, or The Last Storyteller. This is a dystopian story of the last storyteller in a new world facing the challenges of memory and identity in a dystopian future. Those are the 5 books on my TBR this month, and I am going to go through the order that I think I'm going to read them in. The first one is going to be Becoming, and The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store are both going to probably be worked on throughout the same time frame. The next ones, The Last Quintia and A Psalm for the Wild Built will probably be the next 2 that I read, because I do have them checked out on Libby. One of them is about 4 hours and one of them is about 9 hours, and I will listen on 2 times speed, maybe 1.5, depending on how the narration is paced already. So if it's already pretty fast paced, it'll be more like 1.5. If it's really slow paced, I may bump it up to 2.5 or 3 times speed to try and get those done and listened to. But those are some quick reads. So if it's 2 times speed, it'll be about 4.5 and 2 hours. Lazy Genius Way, I'm not terribly sure yet. I may do like a nonfiction Sunday, or I'm not terribly sure when I'm going to read that just yet, just because of how my September looks. I'm not going to get into details. So other than that, that covers, I think everything on my list. The Book Lovers Library, I guess, is not on this list because that is Kindle Unlimited Digital, which I do need to go in to my Kindle. And I do read on my iPad. This is an iPad mini. And I do need to run and grab that book. So I'm going to do that really quickly. So I have that book checked out. Again, that one may also be kind of an in-between type of situation. Current Kindle book is Gathering Blue from the Giver Quartet. It's book number 2. And I'm having a hard time getting into it. So I don't know when I'll start that. I am not anticipating any new releases this month. I will update. I'm doing a monthly vlog. So like I'll be compiling footage all month. So if I do read something extra, I will add it in there. Or I might add my book reviews. I'm not terribly sure yet, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, bye!